Welcome to the Parlour Coffee House Sessions. I'm Jan Hall from Folk Roots Radio. Having grown up on a farm in rural Ontario, Benjamin Dakota Rogers is a distinctive, emotive and gritty singer-songwriter whose sound challenges the definition of the folk genre, reaching far beyond it to include influences from roots and blues and country music. He's just released his fourth album, Better By Now, and he's our special guest in the studio today. He's coming up right now. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Dakota Rogers, and there's a tune called Better By Now that I wrote close to a year ago now, but it's just about the bad relationships I keep sticking myself in. Ain't it funny how all the stars are out tonight, shining down like kerosene lights? They're sending sailors safely home and sinners to bed, and driving the monsters out for me inside my head. Really ought to know better by now. Really ought to know better by now. Really ought to know better by now. But damn it, I don't. Baby, I don't. Ain't it funny how I can't even say her name? And I would if I could, but I can't. It only brings me pain. And you're not bad, you're just bad for me. Left me backing at your door like a dog looking for something to eat. I really ought to know better by now. I really ought to know better by now. I really ought to know better by now. Damn it, I don't. Damn it, I don't. Damn it, I don't. Yeah, baby, I don't. Said I'd always be your home, and you said you'd never go. You said I'd always be your home, and you said you'd never. By now, I really ought to know better by now. But damn it, I don't. Damn it, I don't. Damn it, I don't. You baby. baby, I don't. Yeah, baby, I don't. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And you're just scared, that's all, said Anastasia. You could learn to love like the rest of us if you wanted to. I took another sip of my half-still whiskey, thinking, damn it, I should be drinking something stronger. And anyway, she said, it's not like you can get some sort of doctor's note for a broken heart. It won't show up on your ultrasound screaming out, somebody hurt me. And even if it did, stop your complaining, it's supposed to feel like that. So it doesn't hurt when everything's said and done and over with. What the hell was the point? Oh, I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. Oh, I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And you see, when I was a little kid, my brother and I used to pretend we were from some other planet, like we were moon children destined for greatness. Maybe greatness wasn't as great as we thought. Maybe the best that I could ever hope for was to be from Earth. Gives us enough sun in the summertime to keep us happy, and snow in the winter to keep us humble and remind us we're not the biggest kids on the block, no matter which block we're from, because there's a lot of blocks. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. And I don't wanna go home. Oh, I don't wanna go home right now. We all seem to remember who our first kiss, last dance was with. And all the middle and in between fades into the sidelines back of my mind as I grow old and tired, and time draws its lines on my skin. It's like a road map to all the places I've been, and the cars that crash in the middle of the night, 'cause alcohol is winning the fight, and the schoolyard fist fights, black eyes. The times I said I love you and you didn't reply. Stop your complaining, said Anastasia, it's supposed to feel like that. So it doesn't hurt when everything's said and done and over with. What the hell was the point? I wrote the song sitting on the roof of a car out in Norfolk County in the middle of a field, right after I realized I was going to be touring a whole bunch more, and I was going to miss my family and my friends and the other people that I love. And I wrote it in about 20 minutes sitting on the roof of my car. So come, won't you stay and try to make this place feel like home? 'Cause I haven't felt at home in days. But I'm okay, 'cause there's a priest, he's coming Monday. Says he's gonna make me right as the rain. It's coming down, 'cause it's been storming here forever. Oh, they flooded the whole damn town where I was born. But I left that place so quickly, so now I'm lit up in a city I don't know. So rock goodbye, you moonlight lady. And don't you cry, oh my sweet baby. 'Cause that morning train, it's gonna come. Oh, and I'll be coming home on it, maybe. So rock goodbye, oh you moonlight lady. California, LA. I know you know I'll always love you, but you know that I can never stay. You sleep because I'm haunted by a monster. Oh, I'm haunted by my image in my dreams. But I can fly up above this world so silly. Wave to the man in the moon as he's passing me by. Either way, I heard from someone you're still pretty. Did you know I think of you time and time again? So rock goodbye, oh you moonlight lady. And don't you cry, oh my sweet baby. 'Cause that morning train, it's gonna come. Oh, and I'll be coming home on it, maybe. So rock goodbye, oh you moonlight lady. Song I wrote back in the fall called Broken, and it's pretty much just about a really sad story one of my best friends told me. Sky is falling, and there'll be no one left to talk when it comes down. And the weather station says if the rain keeps coming, it's gonna wash away the damn town. And I'm over here burning up in hellfire, smoking my 100th last cigarette. Doctor's note came in the mail this morning, said I'm dying but I'm not dead yet. Yeah, I'm just broken. Yeah, I'm just broken. Yeah, there was this girl that I once knew. You wouldn't believe the shit that she'd been through. She said this stuff just happens and it's happening. There's nothing about it that's new. She's not some sort of special case. She's got a couple memories she wishes she could erase, and they've got pills for this and that, but she doesn't like this taste, and she thinks she's broken. Yeah, she thinks she's broken. Yeah, she thinks she's girl, she says she lost her body to a bastard of the baddest kind, and all her money went to buying up her medicine now, or at the liquor store on 9th. And the money's gone, and in her mind, along with it, she gives herself up almost every night. Says, what's the use of going to church and praying? Heaven don't accept my kind, 'cause I am broken. Yeah, I am broken.
That's Benjamin Dakota Rogers live in the studio at the Sun Parlour Coffee House Sessions. And that's a song called Broken. Mm-hmm. And that's a new song, Benjamin, right?
It's fairly brand new.
Yeah, which is interesting because Benjamin has his new album out now. It's actually album number 4. It's entitled Better By Now. Mm-hmm. And I should say I'm surprised that you're already playing new songs, but I've known Benjamin for about 5 years now, actually since he was a member of the youth program, which is actually now called the Developing Artist Program at the Folk Music Ontario Conference. And even in those days, I remember you were into this youth program, which is a way for, youth performers to be mentored by experienced members of the folk community. And you already had your first album, Wayfarer, out at that time.
Yeah, and that's, I just started writing actually at the time as well, because I was like a fiddle player all through childhood and doing that. And then I wrote a couple songs and made an EP and went to FAI and kind of just started from that.
And it just all happened. Now, is your family musical?
My parents, they used to play together in the kitchen all the time. My mom and dad used to sing together, and dad would play guitar. But that was like the extent of it. I'm trying to get my dad to play guitar again, but yeah, that's not super musical. I guess my great-grandfather was a fiddle player up in Timmins, and that's what got me into violin.
Right, because I think I inherited his violin at 7-year-old. Right?
Yeah, I never met him, but the first time I met my grandpa was he came down from Timmins when I was about to turn 7. He gave me his dad's violin, and it was like way too big for me. I was a really, really tiny kid. And so I asked for a me-sized violin that year, and my parents got one for me for my birthday. And I was in lessons from then until I graduated grade 12.
You are certainly incredibly prolific. Now, the new album, as we mentioned, is Better By Now. Tell us a little bit about this album.
It was, so my goal was to put out like 3 records before I turned 20. And I did that, and then I wanted to put out a record the following year. And I went into the studio, and I didn't like anything we were coming up with. So I took a year off, went into a studio again, started working on it, scrapped that record, but I used the demos to apply to some factor grants. Got the factor grants, and ended up recording it at Catherine North in Hamilton with Dan Hosch, which was really cool. And we went in there with probably 20 or 30 songs, and I think like 3 of them made the final cut for the record.
So does that mean that there are a whole bunch of other Benjamin Dakota Rogers songs that were recorded that would they possibly see the light of day later?
A lot of them were never finished. It was like we would get like halfway through it, we would track guitars and vocals and maybe a little bit of cello or something, and then I'd be like, hey, I was working on this last night, and we'd be like, oh, well, that's similar to that, but better. So a lot of them weren't finished, and probably not because I write a ton of songs and I don't usually revisit. There's very few songs that I've revisited.
So this is the 4th album. You've won awards for your music. This album feels like, though, it's almost like a breakthrough recording. Does it feel like that for you, that maybe that this is an opportunity? I mean, I've got to say, when you first arrived at Folk Music Ontario, as far as I was concerned, you were fully formed as a musician, even though you were going through a developing artist program. And I have seen progress over the years. I think this is our 4th interview that we've done. But this feels a little different. It feels like this is the time to step up. Would you say that?
Yeah, I'm really happy with it in general. But yeah, it was just, there was more thought put into it because I was able to put more thought into it. So
what happens now? You're already working on new songs. You played one for us today.
Yeah.
You mentioned another one just in this interview. Does that mean that you'll probably be thinking about trying to get another album for 2020?
Yeah, that definitely putting one out in 2020. The plan is to be in the studio, or at least have all of the arrangements kind of roughly hashed out by December. So I'll get home from touring and put full band together and do a bunch of rehearsals and write a bunch of parts.
Well, it's been great to have you join us today. Benjamin Dakota Rogers is really going somewhere, so definitely follow his music. If people want to learn more about your music and everything you're up to, though, how can they do that?
My website probably has the most direct feed of information. The social media I'm most up on is Instagram. I love Instagram. I post there most days.
You have one more song to play for us today. Yeah. What is that going to be?
I'm going to play Fairly Well.
Okay, tell us about that song.
It's I wrote the bulk of it in a factory. It's about leaving and running away. It's kind of like a continuation of Better By Now, even though Better By Now was written after it. Better By Now is about being like, I always put myself in these terrible relationships, and then Fairly Well is about leaving them.
Yeah, that's great. It's been wonderful to have you join us. This is Benjamin Dakota Rogers with Fairly Well, live in the studio for the Sun Parlour Coffee House Sessions.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. This tune is called Fairly Well, and it's probably took me longer to write than any other song I've written. I wrote it, bits and pieces of it over a couple of years, and I finally finished it while I was working in a factory, boxing up can lids to pay for a backpacking trip. And I've heard stories from the north, whiskey words from the night I was born. And when I was young, that's when I learned, oh, to live is to love, but to love is to burn. So don't you blame yourself, what others do to you, dear. better know where you stand if you're coming round here. 'Cause you cut the ties, so I harp the track. Though you might call me, I ain't ever coming back. So fare thee well, true love of mine. 'Cause though I let you go, hope you'll always know you're the love of my life. Remember me well, oh, true love of mine. But if she calls, don't send her my way, 'cause I'm headed for the highway and I'm almost at his sight. And I don't wanna know what comes after you're gone, 'cause that thought holds me and haunts me and keeps me rambling on. And I know there's telling something that'll make it alright, but I'll stick to highways and rail cars and singing all night. So fare thee well, true love of mine. So I let you go, hope you'll always know you're the love of my life. Remember me well, oh, true love of mine. But if she calls, don't send her my way, 'cause I'm headed for the highway and I'm almost at his sight. Fare thee well, oh, true love of mine. 'Cause though I let you go, hope you'll always know you're the love of my life. Remember me well, oh, true love of mine. But if she calls, don't send her my way, 'cause I'm headed for the highway and I'm almost at his sight.